Hey guys, and welcome back to the CTFC Perspective. It feels really good to say that because I am back. Yes, I do understand I had 2 months off and I kind of just disappeared from the site, but I do have reasonings for this. So I started sixth form and I just had to make sure I could settle in to my sixth form and comprehend both my schoolwork and the YouTube videos. And now that I've settled in, I am coming back to upload content. A lot of things has happened in the world of football and the world around us in the last few months. Honing in on the world of football, however, we've had good news like these. Sadly, we've also had to witness sad news like this. And even though the rest of the country has gone into another lockdown for a short period of time, the football world is still turning. And thankfully, that means I can come back with a bang and create match previews for you guys. I know it means I cannot still go to the games. I was really hoping to go to games this season, and it doesn't seem possible anymore. But I just cannot wait to get back into that stadium. And until then, I will make sure that I can preview and review the games, even if it's from the comfort of my own home. Also, something else that I've noticed during this break is even though that I do have a real love and passion for this club and making the vlogs, it's one of my favourite things to do, as well as doing match previews. So I'm having match previews, possibly match reviews, and of course when I'm allowed back in stadiums there will be vlogs. So I'll hopefully be uploading once or twice a week on this channel. It's better than nothing, and during this time there isn't the most about the club or the league which you can really make videos about, which will be interesting for you guys. So I'm going to stick to a timetable which will be sorted out soon. But as well as this, I really just do have a love for all leagues of football, whether it's the top stories, maybe match previews or predictions for other leagues like the Premier League or La Liga, or it's just basing on anything that's happening, maybe in injuries. So me and one of my very good friends are going to be starting another channel as well, which I'm going to be posting weekly and bi-weekly on there. It's either going to be videos or a podcast, and we're just going to be speaking about the latest football news and giving our own spin on the information, just like we've done on this channel. So it hasn't started yet, but we're going to get it sorted out soon. So as soon as it is created, if you wouldn't mind going over there, subscribing to the channel and showing it as much love as you do this one, it would mean the world to me. And I know I haven't addressed it yet, but I guess you can already see a big change to the videos. So I've managed to purchase a stand for my lighting, so it's much better lighting, I do believe. I know there's still improvements that can be made, but it's a work in progress. And of course, the background is a green screen finally, so it's just better for video purposes. It's more flexible, and it's just a lot easier to use. And obviously, the background I've been using in the rest of my previous videos. So, without further ado, now I've got all of my explaining and my reasoning out the way. It's going to be a rather short one from now on. Considering Cheltenham are playing Norwich City under 21 tonight, and at this current time of recording, I do not actually know what the score will be, as it's still around roughly an hour before kickoff. I'm going to be doing a match preview for Cheltenham Town's league game against Carlisle this Saturday. So, for the first time since being back, let's get into it. So, I thought the only way to do it, since we have been gone for a long time, is start with the boys Cheltenham Town, as I haven't uploaded a video since the start of the season. Now, a lot has happened since the start of the season. So, if we're being truly honest, Cheltenham Town have had a pretty weird start to the season. So, match day 1, they found themselves at Morecambe. They were winning 1-0 until late in the game, where they let it slip and they lost 2-1 at home. I believe that was the first time we conceded multiple times at home in a very long time. I'm pretty sure, apart from the playoffs, we didn't concede more than 1 at home, which is a big shock for the Robins. But then we followed that up with a 3-0 away win at Tranmere Rovers, backing that up with a 2-0 against Leyton Orient, and then a back-to-back 2-0 win against Crawley Town. We then let ourselves down with a 3-1 home loss to Grimsby Town. Really letting ourselves down there, considering our defensive record was so sublime last season. A 1-0 win against Scunthorpe. A boring draw with Mansfield Town. I really expected us to pick up the win, considering how amazing we played last season in my vlog. We then really sadly lost to Port Vale 2-1, but the biggest game of the season we managed to clutch up And beat Forest Green Rovers. Yes, we beat Forest Green Rovers at home 2-1. This was thanks to goals by Andy William, and the guy which I think all Cheltenham fans will say has not had a great season, has been the fault for a few of our goals conceded, Will Boyle, but he came up clutch with the goal that day. And finally, sadly, a 2-1 loss to Oldham Athletic. So the form is how you can see here. I obviously will make changes to the form depending on if we did lose to Norwich under-21s tonight, but fingers crossed we don't. I boys got it, and I'm pretty sure we can pick up a dub in the cup. Even though we have had such yo-yo form, we still find ourselves 6th in the league, which is very good, with a 6-point deficit on first place. Carlisle United, however, find themselves 1 place above us in 5th with a 1-point advantage on us. And in the last 5 games, they've managed to pick up 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss. So not the most consistent form from them either. They will be confident, however, because in their last game, they managed to beat top of the table Newport County 3-2. 3-0 up with a few minutes to go, and they almost bottled it thanks to a 90+1 minute goal from Newport, but they managed to get away with the 3 points that day. It's still there for the taking though, because even though they score 1.4 goals per game, they are still conceding 1.1 goals per game. Meaning, if we do high press them, mark the passing lanes and hit them on the break, because we always will have men back, they're always leaking defence and they will concede at least 1 by the stats are saying. They are also only averaging around 40% possession in games, which considering we are a pretty possession-based side, if we can keep the ball and just try and stop them from getting their little counter-attacks, because by the looks of things, if they're having such little possession, it means their attacks must be short and snappy, and if we can just stop that by getting men in the right areas, we should be right for the win here. I'm not saying that this is a given that we're going to win this game, because if we go in our last 3 games just as a basis, we've actually lost 2 of our last 3. And if we forget about that game against Forest Green, we really haven't had a good run of games at all. But like I said, I'm going to try and keep this video more of a shorter and more simple one. I'm not going to try and drag it on to like a 20-minute video, because this was sort of a welcome back video, but I didn't want to make this video pointless, and I wanted to actually include some important information so this wasn't a waste of your time. So moving straight on to the players to watch here for Cheltenham Town, I've got to back the new signing, the new striker, who's in prolific form, Andy Williams, with 5 goals in 11 matches, which for a new signing, he has pretty much hit the ground running. It's not always the easiest to start for a new club and just bag goals instantly, but I can see him starting, as he has played 11 out of 11 games this season. And I can see him maybe getting one late in the game to either snatch us a point or hopefully snatch us 2 extra ones to get us the W. And for Carlisle, I've got to just simply go with Aaron Hayden. He's 23 years old, so he's still young. He's reasonably tall. He commits 2 fouls per game, which can be good. Tactical fouls are always good to get your team in a better position and get them back. He actually wins over 70% of his duels, which for a defender is very good. You need to make yourself dominant and make sure the attackers have no chance. And 70% is very good. Only the best defenders usually get around 80% or higher. Then we have 83% of his tackles won, meaning yes, he is a bit sloppy, but usually the percentages do go down if you try it more. And considering he's giving away 2 fouls a match, that means he must go in for a lot of tackles, which a hard-working defender is exactly what you want in your team. He hasn't got the best pass accuracy at around 50%, but if considering they're a low possession side, it means it's kind of a small scale that they've got to go with. And let's say he passes, I don't know, 20 times a match, 10 times may still be a bit bad, but still, you know, it can be improved upon as he's young. And I think it is someone to look out for, as he has got 2 goals already this season, and he's pretty much guaranteed to start playing all of 11 of Carlisle's previous league matches. Now we get on to the final part of the video, where I simply say how I think the game is going to go, and the all-important moment, how I think the game is going to end. So I can clearly see a difference in formation. So Carlisle like to stick with more of a 4-3-3, which is not usually what you see for a team which doesn't have the most possession. But obviously Cheltenham are going with a 5-back, 3 in midfield and 2 up front. So I can see us keeping the ball as we usually do in between our defenders, them trying to press and maybe catching us out 1 or 2 times, but us keeping the ball, trying to play it from the back to midfield. And once we get past those 3 midfielders, it's sort of a 5-on-4 with our 3 midfielders pushing up and maybe the wing backs helping support balls into the box. So I think if we're smart with the ball and we don't waste too much time, let's say we waste an entire half with us being on the ball, example, that would be really stupid because it only takes a second and they're through on goal, like we've been punished on a few times this season. So ultimately, like I keep saying, I think Cheltenham are going to be in control of the game. I think we might go 1-0 down, like maybe 30th minute due to a stupid mistake. Score a few minutes later, like get confidence back in the boys. It might be one of Alfie May's first goals. I can probably seeing maybe a Tozer goal, just being a proper captain's performance, lifting our heads back up high to try and win the game. And I'm really unsure about this one. But I think after our previous result, I think we need to get a win back on the card. So I think it might be a late header to win us the game. Either that or a wonder save. So I really am stuck between the two. But I'm going to go with a late goal to Cheltenham Town to win us the game 2-1. And that is about it, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to be uploading either once a week or twice a week on this channel. And I'm also going to be starting up that other channel soon where I talk about the world of football rather than just Cheltenham and League 2 related like on this channel. It mean the world to us if you could smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when a video goes live. If you have any questions or queries or just welcome me back, please drop a comment in the comment section and I'll try and reply to all of them. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe during these tough times. There's light at the end of the tunnel. You'll see 2 videos like this very shortly, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.